channel and welcome to today's video. I'm just going to sit down today, do a nice chilled Q&A. We're going to chill out and chat together. I think it will be my last video of this year, I mean, it's only going to be for the next week because if you think when Christmas is here, it's a week till the New Year's. But I didn't want to just not post again, especially after my last video. So my last video, if you didn't see, was us announcing that we are having a baby. How exciting. There's literally a human inside me right now. And I do just want to really quickly say the response to that has been overwhelming and beautiful and wonderful. I am literally shaken up by just how amazing. I did not expect that much of a response and been incredible. I was really nervous telling everyone. I'd left it a bit longer than traditionally people wait. And I just thought I can't leave it any longer because I'm on camera and it's starting to show. Yeah, you wiped away all my nerves about telling you. You were amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for that. So I asked you over on my Instagram, if you're not already, please go follow me on Instagram, to ask me some questions. It's basically going to be a pregnancy Q&A, but there are other questions about this year and Christmas and other stuff. Another note, I actually had 99% of people asking for me to show my journey through pregnancy and perhaps motherhood. I haven't decided how much I'll show through motherhood. I don't know, that's to be decided if I'm comfortable. I don't mind sharing about my pregnancy, I'll share some of it. What I wanted to say is if it's pregnancy related or baby related, it will always be live on a Thursday. I upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, if that makes sense. And then Sundays and Tuesdays will be normal channel stuff like taste tests and Aldi and food hauls and meal plans and meal ideas and all of that. So yeah, I hope that's okay. Just so, you know, if you don't want to watch this pregnancy stuff, you don't have to. And if you do want to watch it, you know it's always going to be on Thursdays. Anyway, got my phone here. Yeah, let's just get into today's Q&A. Okay, so I'll start with Lozzie Loves Life. She asks, how totally excited are you that there's going to be a mini you and Lawrence next Christmas? I don't even know where to begin with that. It actually blows my mind. There's literally going to be, fingers crossed, if everything carries on going well, what will they look like? I can't get my head around it. What is their personality? What are they going to look like? What will their voice sound like? Will they have curly hair like me? So I don't know, I just find it mental. There's going to be a mini us next Christmas. When the baby's born, it will still only be maybe 6-7 months. So it's still gonna be fairly young, but I feel like that's a good age because they're a bit chunkier, they're a bit more assertive and alert. So I think it's gonna be really fun. Yeah, I get to dress an actual small human up, Father Christmas outfit, or a Mrs. Claus, or just a snowman outfit, you know? Christmas is my time to shine and my child's gonna know about that. I'll tell you one thing I can't wait for is putting on a little Christmas onesie on it, putting it to bed, reading it, you know, the nightmare before, a bit too young, the night before Christmas, and just starting a tradition. So someone else asks, home delivery or hospital? I have thought about that. By the way, I will be doing a first trimester recap in the new year. I wrote everything down as I was experiencing it, so I will do that in the new year. But home delivery or hospital, have to be honest, I like the idea of home deliveries because to me, birth, it's a natural thing. So I like the idea. Personally, I think I'm gonna do the in-between, which is a birth centre. If I get to, if I'm allowed. Hopefully that's the plan. I'm gonna try and not get my hopes up on anything. But I think I'm gonna do birth centre because I feel like it's a bit of in between. You have the feeling of safety because you are, well, the birth centre that I will hopefully go to is attached to the hospital. So you have the reassurance that should anything go wrong, which you would hope not, you are a minute away from all the doctors and emergency services you need. I don't know, maybe for future babies. I do know also that having a home birth means you take 2 midwives out of the hospital or birth centre because they have to come to your home and stay with you through labour and birth. And I just feel like at the moment, the way NHS is, it's really stretched. I don't want to take 2 midwives just for me when I could be in the birth centre and, you know, be sharing all the midwives. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to get too deep into that at the moment. There's still a long time to go. I still have to chat to my local midwife about that properly. I would love to know your experiences and what you did. I had this loads of times. Are you going to find out the sex of the baby? By the way, do you like my Christmas phone case? We're not going to find out the sex. We've got a 20-week scan soonish, and I'm absolutely praying that we don't accidentally find out then, because I've heard lots of people that has happened to them. But we're not going to find out the sex. I really don't care either way. Genuinely just don't care. I know lots of people say that, but I genuinely don't care what we have. I'm gonna have a sip of water because by the way, I can't drink tea anymore because it makes me sick. The moment I felt pregnant, I couldn't drink tea anymore. So I've actually been secretly drinking hot water. But actually hot water has become my new favourite warm drink, apart from hot chocolate. Anyway, we're not going to find out the sex. I feel like it definitely will be a reason to push harder, push through the labour, to find out what we have. I genuinely don't care what we're going to have. I just want it to be okay. And yeah, I can imagine us with either a daughter or a son. I can see it with either. So Dan Sheed asks, what's your least favourite supermarket and why? Gonna be honest, Waitrose. Waitrose is my least favourite. I do love John Lewis. I think John Lewis shopping there is great because it does a lot of price matching, but in terms of, I know Waitrose is linked to John Lewis. I'm just not keen on Waitrose. I think it's really expensive for what it is. Basically, I've learned through doing a lot of the stuff I have, Waitrose and Aldi use a lot of the same suppliers, and that means they are using the exact same ingredients. They're selling you the same food. Just get it for a lot cheaper in Aldi than you can in Waitrose. And the reason Aldi is a lot cheaper is because of how it stocks its shelves. It's very much non-pretty. It has less staff. They work faster. Aldi isn't cheaper because it's got cheaper food, it's cheaper because of how they run the supermarket, and I think people get a bit confused about that. So I think Waitrose, I don't hate it, I just wouldn't think to shop there. What is your favourite sandwich? Oh, good question. At the moment, I've gone off like most foods. Honestly, it's making me wretch. But the only sandwiches I can deal with at the moment are very like 9-year-old based. So I'm talking like cheese, grated cheese and mayonnaise, or tuna mayonnaise, and that's it. Were you planning your bundle of joy? I actually had lots of questions like that. Was the baby planned? It kind of was, yeah, because we had a discussion and we'd both decided that we wanted a baby. We decided to kind of let nature take its course rather than go full on in having a baby. We just decided to let nature take its course. We're engaged. We was meant to be married already, and that's a different story. But yeah, it was planned. We wanted the baby. Will you raise your child veggie or vegan, or let them choose when they're older? I will let them choose. I'm pretty relaxed about that. Like, I don't want to force anything on them. They'll just eat food that they like, I suppose, growing up, and then when they're old enough to decide and learn for themselves, they will make decisions for themselves. Do you have baby names in mind yet? We kind of do, but then it's weird, as soon as you fall pregnant, everything you thought you liked, you're like, nah. So I don't know, it's such a big decision, isn't it? I suppose because we're not finding out the sex as well, it's like, how do I pick a name and stick with it, you know? So what I've got in my phone is notes, and every time I hear a name I like or see a name or just anything, I just write it down really quickly so I don't forget it. And then I suppose one day before the baby's born, we will go through that list and just see if any stick. I'm hoping I'm going to be one of those people that dreams of the baby's name. I swear I've seen lots of people saying that on like YouTube and things. They say they have a dream and the baby's name just appears to them, so that would make life easier for me. Okay, this is a good one. How did you know the time was right for a baby? Huge congrats, thank you. So do you know what? I've never had it in my life before, like that click where you think, I really would like a baby. I don't know, I think it just kept coming up in conversation, and then, you know, we'd be out walking along the streets and someone would be holding a cute baby and Lawrence would look at me. I'd look at him and, you know, it just started becoming like a thing. And, you know, we feel, I don't know, we were just talking in the garden one day and we were just saying, I don't think there's ever a perfect time to have a baby. And most people I've spoke to with babies have said that. They've said there's never a right time. Well, there's never the perfect time. There's definitely better times, but there's never the perfect time. And I feel like that's how it felt. It just felt like it could happen at this time, and we would want that, and we're ready for it. Oh, I like this one. Do you prefer Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or Boxing Day? Merry Christmas from Molly's Baking. Merry Christmas also. It's funny, I actually prefer Christmas Eve and Boxing Day. Christmas Day I do love, but for me it's always like the really hyped up day, and you get to the day and you're just shattered. You're just shattered and it goes really quickly. So I love Christmas Eve because it's still a bit exciting. It's not all over yet. Very festive, and there's like a nice atmosphere, isn't there, in the air. And Boxing Day, I just love to wake up. You feel like all the pressure's gone. It's all done. You've got new stuff maybe, and there's great TV on and great leftover food, and you get to see your family again, and just like the pressure's off a bit. So yeah, I love them both for different reasons. And I do love Christmas Day obviously, but yeah, just weird, like those 2 days are my favourite. This is a good one. How did you suspect you might be pregnant? So we had been exclusively not trying for a few months before. And, you know, each month I kind of thought, oh, is it this month? Is it this month? And the only difference was, and it was the reason we took a test, because I thought, do you know what, that does seem weird, was every month just before I get my period, I would have like achy boobs, and they would hurt around the sides, but the aching and the pain would stop about 4 days before I came on. 3 or 4 days, it would just stop, go away, and then 3 or 4 days later I will come on. But this time, the day I was meant to come on, all night I was like, oh, they still really hurt. They just felt like not nice, and if I hit them, they felt nice, and I was turning over in the bed, and I thought, it just seems weird that they still hurt. You know, they would normally stop, and normally I'm clockwork. Like, I knew I was going to come on that day if I was not pregnant, and yeah, and then I just hadn't come on. I normally come on in the mornings, and then yeah, we just took a test and that was it. Oh my gosh, it was shocking. We took 3 tests, I think, because I just couldn't believe it. Were you scared to announce your pregnancy as your channel is generally very private? Yes, terrified. It's not that I had no choice. Well, I didn't have any choice. I think I would have continued to come on camera being 8 months pregnant, and all the comments would just constantly be filled with pregnancy related questions if I didn't just confirm I was pregnant. So I wanted to make it nice, but also us, and by us I mean something that I feel comfortable with, and I do feel comfortable sharing the news with you and being excited with you and sharing some of my experience. I think you guys are okay with that because you want to follow on my journey, but I'm sure you're happy not to know like all of the details. You just want to know some of it, and that's okay. So thank you for reassuring me about that. Lots of people did in the comments, by the way. Yeah, I'm really excited about it, and I'm really excited that you guys now know, and that there's so many of you excited as well. There's just been so much positivity and I love it. Lawrence's sister asked me a question. Who has the bigger bump, you or Lawrence? So Sophie says, do you have any baby names? Love to you and little bump. Thanks so much, love to you and your little one. So baby names. Yes, we do have a couple, like I said earlier in that list, but absolutely not like definite on anything, to be honest. How did Lawrence react when you told him? We found out together. I think it's kind of American to like find out on your own then tell your husband or fiance or boyfriend. I don't know, is it? Do people do that in the UK? I think more in the UK it's more popular to just find out together. Found out together, and Lawrence almost knew before me because I read the test wrong. I thought it was meant to be like 2 lines or something, and it was actually a cross. And I thought cross meant no, you're not. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm not, it's fine. And he was like, you are. Yeah, and he went crazy. He was so happy. He just started like hugging me, and yeah, just really happy. How long have you and Lawrence been together? Officially next year we've been together for 3 years. How do you stay positive? I'm struggling at the moment. And how are you feeling about Christmas this year? So I did get questions about what I'll be doing for Christmas this year and how I'm feeling about it. We live in a tier 4 area, so Christmas is gonna be fun. Do you know what? Christmas this year was always gonna be a bit crappy because it's the first year without my dad. So for me, I'd set myself up anyway for like a different type of Christmas, one that I'm just not gonna put too much pressure on. In terms of being in tier 4 now, and it has changed our plans because Christmas Day we were going to be seeing my mum, my sister and her children, and Boxing Day we're going to be spending the whole day with Lawrence's parents and my sister-in-law, brother-in-law. So I'm really gutted about that because we were really excited to see them all. But it is what it is. We're definitely going to do the days again, you know, swap presents when we're allowed to do so. Christmas Day, we're still allowed to spend it with my mum because she lives alone and she lives in the same town as us. Glad we can spend it with her as well. But otherwise, it's just gonna be a quiet day. Like, still gonna make a full-on Christmas dinner. We're still gonna treat ourselves to that, you know, and make a lot of turkey curry with all the leftovers. But yeah, it's gonna be what it is. We're gonna watch films. To be honest, we probably won't watch films. We'll get up, we'll make a nice breakfast, just Lawrence and I. I think we're gonna pop to our local church on Christmas morning. Then we're gonna come back, maybe do a couple of presents together. Then my mum will come and we'll just chat and have a really, really good dinner or lunch. And then after lunch, we'll just play loads of board games. I just cannot wait to play board games and card games and things like that. Just make of it what we will. Like, I've written the year off. It is what it is, and there's just nothing we can do about it. But I don't feel like it's been a waste of a year because so many amazing things have happened to me personally. And I also, you know, 2020 was a year that I did have my dad in my life. So for me, it's really bittersweet to say goodbye to 2020. But anyway, I hope everyone else, I'm not even gonna say I hope you're all okay, but I'm not even gonna say that you should be okay, because if you're devastated and upset every day now, it's totally understandable. It's just so gutting. It just is what it is. I just can't do anything else but be positive. There's also an element of nothing will be as bad as losing my dad this year. So Christmas spending just me and Lawrence and for a couple of hours with my mum is a bonus to me. It's a good thing, you know. Have you had any random cravings? I will talk about cravings and eating and all of that in the new year when I upload some more pregnancy updates. Do you feel prepared to be parents? Not really. No, I do. I've got a lot of love to give and time to give. And yeah, it's just a new stage in my life that I'm really excited about, and Lawrence's as well.
Sorry, I just think we should probably think about
going. Yeah, okay, I'll answer one more. We've actually got a midwife appointment that we need to go to. Worried about having a baby in a pandemic. Not too worried, to be honest. I know that partners are now allowed in every meeting, everything in all stages of labour and pregnancy and all of that. So at least I've got Lawrence with me, and I feel like when the baby's here, things will be a little more settled than they are now. They might not be perfect, but they'll be a little more settled. Did you ever worry you might not be able to get pregnant? Yes, I feel like that goes through every person's head who wants a baby. Baileys versus Bucks Fizz. Bucks Fizz all the way. I miss it so much. The moment I have this baby, I'm gonna have a day of drinking Bucks Fizz. I mean, unless I'm breastfeeding, but the moment I have this baby, I think I'm gonna celebrate with Bucks Fizz. I feel like I'm gonna close it there because I have been filming for a while and we do have actually a midwife appointment to go to, so that's fun. Thank you so much for sending all of your questions in. I hope whatever you're doing over the next couple of weeks, you manage to give yourself some time off, some downtime, treat yourself, don't be hard on yourself, let yourself be for a while and do some nice things, like read some nice books or do some nice puzzles, like just do things for you. I really want to say a massive thank you for the support on my channel this year. It's been a massive journey this year. You have got me through what happened in March with my dad, to being positive throughout the whole COVID thing with me, and you know, celebrating my engagement with me, and now celebrating a baby that's due. It's just amazing. You guys have been incredible. I'll obviously be active every day on Instagram. Yeah, let's stay in touch there. I hope you have the best time ever. I love you all so, so much. And yeah, see you very soon. Mwah. Bye.